What's up, guys and gals? It is time for the latest chapter review for Kengan Omega. Kengan Omega, chapter 258, entitled Condition. Now, right out of the gate, I'm going to admit that I'm going to steal a comment. Well, more quote a comment, if you'll allow me, if you'll indulge me. All this chapter did, because I know a lot of people are sort of like, instead of being pumped that we're finally getting to the thing that Sandro is arguably at his peak, at his best at, tournaments and fights, not just fights, but tournament bracket fights is where he excels. We all know this. So this chapter is literally setting us up for that, though I did see quite a few complaints about time skips and what a waste and yada yada yada, you know, nothing got answered and stuff. It's like, alright, but personally, I'm happy to be back to a little bit more of the action, and especially once again tournaments. So that's right out of the gate. But the quote, or the comment that I want to quote is, it must be so difficult to be a Kuroki hater. Yeah, I didn't come up with it, but that summarizes this chapter completely, in my opinion. Because, I mean, we could focus on each section of the chapter. We could say, okay, the condition, which is, of course, the chapter title. Yamagohan goes and meets up with Nogi. They discuss basically the conversation. They recap it, like, really, this is what you did. It's like, yeah, the worm infiltrated. We get basically the recap of, okay, we're trying to get rid of the spies that could be from the death dealers, the worm, or whatever associated with yada yada yada, but it's going to take time. It's still possible that some are still in the organizations, right? And we see a couple of unnecessary scenes, in my opinion. Suffice it to say that the condition is what not just myself, but a lot of people said. He just wants somebody to fight. He wants somebody, a rival. He wants a red to his green. He wants a Kaiba to his Yugi. He wants that level, right? That's what he wants. And it's like, fine dandy. All right, dude. I'm with you. I'm with Jackie 110%. I'm behind him. The fact is, because he doesn't have that moral compass, because he lacks a level of empathy and stuff like that, he never considered that taking away Oma's and Ryuki's lives is kind of evil. And, like, that's a horrible thing to do. So, and they make fun of this. They absolutely make fun of this a couple times in the chapter. But fact is, Yamagohan pleaded with him, like, no, can there not be another way? And he's like, yeah, I never looked at it that way. Okay, never mind. I still want my goal, though. I have a goal, and I still want to see it success. But I'm not going to put you on a time limit or anything like that. I'm just saying, this is my condition so that I don't, rob Ryuki and Oma's bodies, because you care about them. Yamagohan, I appreciate you, man, and here's the deal. Find me someone to fucking fight at full power. That's all I want. Okay, so Yamagohan, very tall order, as we know, 100% an extremely tall order, but the man, the myth, the legend is going to be able to pull it off. You think those glasses are for show? No, this man sees with supervision, and he's going to find the peak. He's going to find what Shen is looking for. 100%. No problem there. So yeah, the rest of the chapter goes on. We see, as I said, it's a little comedic here with the worm and stuff. And then we get a 2-month time skip where we're going to start off with the real tournament, right? We talk about the real tournament basically being sort of a legal Gyu ritual, which is what's his name? The head of Purgatory there. Begins with an I, like Itadamas or whatever his name is. But yeah, he basically says, oh yeah, like this is kind of like a Gyu ritual, except a little less taking lives, sort of that shit, right? Other than that, though, no, I actually, the chapter itself was kind of just an easy, okay, we're just transitioning right now, so I understand that, but there's a key thing, there's some key things right in the middle of the chapter that I really enjoy. So we definitely get the condition that, once again, myself and so many people said, that's all the man wants, right? So, Yatna has this whole thing, it's like, so you went God knows where, and you made that promise. You told him everything and stuff like that. And he's like, oh no, well, Yamagohan's actually, like, amazing. Like, I don't think you understand yet. Yamagohan is that GOAT. He is Batman. He is the world's greatest detective. I didn't really tell him anything he didn't already know. And he's like, yeah. Okay, so then Yan gets, freaked out and stuff. Are you absolutely fucking kidding me right now? If you were a henchman, I would have killed you 10 times over by now and stuff like that. And Fu being the reasonable one, they're at a tablecloth dinner, first off, none of you dressed up for the occasion. I see only one of them with the actual manners at the time. Though once they do get to sit down and actually eat, they are all at least, they're not dressed for the occasion of a nice meal like this. But candlelight and stuff. Either way, the only one with, please, we're eating now. So it's a nice comedic scene in all honesty and stuff like that. And of course we have a few other funny scenes, like the fact that Shen basically says, "I'll have another glass of wine," like so seriously, and a little bit of a fourth wall break here says, "You are putting way too much gravitas on that. You are like, and then who left the fridge open?" You know what I mean? Like that kind of idea, right? It's like, "And when you're ready, Super Saiyan Aura, I'll have another glass of wine. Please and thank you." So anyway, they're having quite a bit of fun with this and stuff like that. There's a couple of small things, though, here that I think do need to be addressed from a power scaling perspective. As I said, the event 2 months later, and we know that Kuroki and Oma have been training together for these 2 months, or we are inferred that they've been training together for 2 months, so maybe Kuroki has found something by training Oma, by training someone who can actually, definitely, as good as Rihito has gotten and stuff, and Falcon was always trash anyways, but Kuroki did definitely need a sparring partner at the very least, and Oma, is probably a close candidate to be able to at least help him out a little bit more than the other two, right? But yeah, so let's jump into the two power scaling things here halfway through the chapter. So one thing, and once again, Kuroki fans, we're eating good. Confirmed top 2 in the verse. Okay. Like you can try to explain this away. I don't know how many times the author has to go in, as I said at the beginning of the video, as I said, and this is not my comment, but being a Kuroki hater must be so much, like, that must be a lot of work. That must be difficult. That's got to be hard, because when the author himself is literally going, the dude is the beard, the dude is the goat. I don't know how many other ways I can tell you. It wasn't the main villain, the main rival, or even the main character who won his entire first manga series. No, it was the random old bearded guy. I mean, the man has, like, the own author loves this character. It's sort of reverse Gege with Gojo. He makes a super popular, badass character that everybody loves and he despises. It's sort of like everybody loves, it's like if Gege loved Gojo, right? And then didn't plot convenience him out of the story. No. It's literally Kuroki is just that guy, because Shen here says, and I'll quote him, says basically like, he'll report to the Kengan and he'll get back to me and yada yada yada. I'm trying to find a playmate, I'm trying to find a rival, I'm trying to find someone. And he says, personally, I think the guy I fought the other day, Kuroki Gensai, is pretty close to what I'm looking for. Pretty close. So once again, all the people saying that Shen was trying, I was only using 1% of my power, Frieza style. Why would he say this? Why would he say this if it wasn't the case? He said he's pretty close to what I'm looking for there. Like, he wasn't trying, I wasn't trying. Man made me bleed. Like, let's go. You know what I mean? So no matter how much you might hate Kuroki and stuff, this basically confirms, I'm sorry to anybody else for power scaling reasons, Kuroki is at the top of your list. He has to be. There's Shen, Kuroki's number 2. Because Shen knows of Tiger Nico. Shen knows of Edward. Shen knows of Gilbert and Yan and all these guys and Luhan, and he's saying, yeah, I've been looking for a rival for so long. That Kuroki guy, though, like, if Yan was stronger than Kuroki, wouldn't he mention, he goes, yeah, I mean, you guys are close, but you're just not it. Or, you know, if Gilbert gets any closer to Edward, maybe he'd be a challenge. He would mention somebody else. Or he would say that Luhan, like, he would mention it. Why would he specifically, if Kuroki is so low on the list, if he's only not even in the top 5, then why would Shen mention him? You see? So once again, you guys can debate all you want, but as I said, I had a good time in the comment section today. I had a great time just reading all the people sitting back going, it's a good day to love the beard. You know what I mean? It's a good day to love a beard. Yep. So, anyways, awesome there. I mean, of course, because Kuroki is awesome, and Jackie is awesome. So, the top two in the verse being as badass as they are, I'm totally fine with it. And the fact that Kuroki, we knew he wasn't there, because he goes, you've gotten to this level, but you're not. He basically implied there is a step above pre-initiative. There is that step above into principles, or whatever the hell he's able to do. But he recognizes that Kuroki just doesn't have it quite yet. Likely is what Kuroki will unlock. But anyways, yeah, so that was really cool from a power scaling perspective. And once again, as a big fan of Kuroki and stuff, I was like, and so many people hating on the fight that we saw between them and stuff, and people downplaying exactly how strong he was. I just tend to think that people forget. Ashura was too long ago, and people needed that reminder that no matter what we've seen in Omega, Kuroki is still the guy. He's still the beard, you know? So, awesome there. Now a big power scaling thing that's crazy, and this is actually, in my opinion, going to lower Yan on my personal scale because of the Luhan stuff. Or it might elevate him. It depends on the way you look at it, but they bring up the fact that Tiger Nico and Luhan are actually in coercion together, and they're planning a mutiny. You know, like they're on a pirate ship. But this ain't One Piece, so it's not going to be a friendly type of mutiny, now is it? So Yan asks basically, should we eliminate them? And he's like, no, we shouldn't, you know, like, leave them be. Tiger's research is fine and stuff. And actually, it's funny because, once again, going a not quite fourth wall breaking, but so many people said, like, they're so mad at Sandra for last chapter, like, we're throwing away the cyber brain theory, and we're throwing away this, and we're throwing away that. And basically, Yan is complaining the same thing to Shen. It's like, so we're going to throw away all that research, all that effort into doing super, you know, crazy brain surgery and all this stuff, all of our research, all of our money and our investment and our time, and you just want to give up on all of it? Yeah. I would damn kill you. You know, Yan is just stressed out to the max with this guy. And understandable. I could see Shen willy-nilly making these major decisions, and then it's a done deal, right? And there's nothing that can be done about it. So it would be a bit of a stressful job being his babysitter in a sense, right? So yeah, either way, Yan basically makes a remark to say that Luhan is a potential threat after he brings up that they're going to, you know, work against them and yada yada yada. He said, but I'm sure that Fu and I can get the job done, as in eliminate him. This is where Jackie says, yeah, but only if you go down with him, right? You don't need to go that far just for him. So once again, Shen is completely, you know, done with Luhan. He's like, he's not worth our time. He's not worth your time. And the fact is, by the sounds of it, Luhan is very, very strong, and obviously stronger than Nico, Yan, and Fu here, because Shen basically says, yeah, you guys could probably take him down by getting yourselves killed as well. So basically, Yan cannot 1v1 Luhan. Fu cannot 1v1 Luhan. Luhan is definitely, if he's just below Kuroki, maybe, you know what I mean? Like, for all intents and purposes, it sounds like Luhan is right up there. He's that guy. But yeah, like, I didn't expect Luhan to be of that level, but once again, it could be like he still did the walk, you know what I mean? Like the principles walk, or whatever you want to call it, to bypass people. So he must have something. He's still got that thing that, you know, Oma is lacking, that Kuroki is lacking, that one thing to push them forward through to be in the class that is, you know, into Jackie's sphere of reality in a sense. So that's actually quite interesting that Luhan is, and we're dead on confirmed here, and Yan doesn't deny it, but Shen just says, yeah, the two of you probably could take him down, but you'd probably die in the process as well. So yeah, even 2v1, that's not good odds. I don't want to lose you guys, so forget about it, right? And then he says, and I'd rather not lose Tiger Nico, because his research into producing, because of course Nico is constantly trying to improve no matter what he has to do, no matter whatever heinous acts, but he basically is doing scientific experiments to make the ultimate warrior and stuff like that, right? To combine all the craziness of, like, the removal, you know, the Cure Clan techniques, and the Nico style, and the Gao style, and this style, and that, and principles, and pre-initiative, and formless, and, you know, all this stuff. He's trying to create the ultimate warrior and stuff. So Shen's like, I don't really want to interrupt that, because let's say that Yamagohan fails, Tiger Nico might still end up producing something that I can, a guy that might be able to give me a hard time, and so until he basically comes for my throat, I'm not really gonna stand in his way, because his research might end up doing exactly what my end goal, right? So, I mean, to me, that part of the chapter, like the beginning part with Yamagohan and Nogi, is like, it's okay, and once again, we already basically figured the whole condition was, most, fans of the series did. But yeah, and then the end part of the chapter is, of course, 2 months. Now we're into the real tournament. We don't know who the fighters are. I assume they'll all be introduced next chapter, in chapter 259. So I'm looking forward to that, because I do expect to see a couple of returning faces, but also maybe a couple of unfamiliar faces. Maybe I've seen a lot of people theorize that the third Nico, the only other one alive, might still, third might show up at this junction, right? Because other than Tiger, he's the only other one alive. So, or unconfirmed to be dead. So, maybe that would be quite interesting too. The fact of the matter is that I'm curious as to if certain characters are omitted. Is it really the battle of the strongest? Like Agito's not there. We already know that. That's confirmed. Well, not exactly. He might have jumped ship to another one just to be able to compete in this tournament, right? There's that possibility as well. Some people are saying some Fist of the Seeker characters might participate or might show up that haven't previously. There's a lot of potential here going forward. And once again, I'm really excited because, I'm sitting pretty as a fan of the beard, of course, but I'm also just really happy because, once again, yes, people do have problems with the Worm plotline, and I get that, and the Shen plotline, and I get that. Like, I understand the problems people have with it. It just doesn't bother me as much. But right now, this should not bother anybody. We get a 2-month time skip, and now we're going to jump into what Sanjo's best at, which is tournament, which is brackets, which is fights, and making them epic. So, it just means that going forward, Omega should be even more, if you haven't been enjoying it so far, but you did enjoy KVP and stuff like that, then you'll probably enjoy this. And if you're just here for the meathead action, then you should also enjoy this, right? So going forward, we can only go up at this point. It's going to be kind of hard to be negative about the fact that a tournament that we're saying, nope, skip the next 6 chapters of transitions into it. No. 2 months and we're ready to start it. Let's go. So I'm just really stoked to see what the roster's going to be. Chapter 259 should give us that information, and I'm really hoping for it. So, but what did you guys think of the chapter? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as always, and we'll see all you beautiful people back here once again for the next chapter of Kengan Omega. Looking forward to it. Hope you guys are too. Sayonara, everybody.